But yes, so my parents sacrificed a lot, and they were aware that they knew what they had to do and what they were up against when it comes to raising children. So yes, I hate to hear people say, "Oh, don't have kids, don't have kids." Just either keep your comments to yourself or say, "I wish I would have waited," or "I wish I would not have had children so early," or don't put that negativity on someone else. That's not appropriate or fair, in my opinion.
I do think children are the future. I do think children are special. They are little people that eventually grow into
people,
adults.
Real little people, yes.
Excuse me. There are a lot of kids that are extremely rambunctious. There are kids that are wonderful and smart and obedient. I have a couple siblings that are rambunctious, and it makes those type of kids will make parents say some repugnant things that they can't take back, and it sticks with the child or children for eternity. I'm a victim of that. I wasn't a bad kid. I didn't have behavioral problems, excuse me. But my mother has said some very hurtful, disdainful, unnecessary things to me that still stick with me to this day. So parents, please be mindful and cautious of what you say to and or in front of your child or children.
Yes, you're planting seeds in their head, heart. Don't plant negativity there. That's not appropriate. I never forget. I really love how I heard this woman. She had her son, and he was being very rambunctious at the time, but she really touched me because she made a very positive statement. She took a deep breath, and she said, "You were put here on this earth to teach me patience. So I'm going to be patient with you, and I'm going to work with you because I love you." That was beautiful to me because she could have said something negative, and that could have made the situation worse. So it's all about the things you say. We have to be mindful of the things we say, especially to children. You can't plant those negative seeds in their heads because they are like sponges. Children are like sponges. I say this all the time. They absorb
mimic what they see at home,
and they mimic everything, and they are learning. Whether you think so or not, they're learning everything you say, do, how you move, everything. They are taking it in. Even babies. They learn quickly, and they're seeing everything. So don't think, they can't learn or they're not learning because they're so young. They are. They really are.
Kids are very smart.
They are very smart.
Kids are very smart.
So just be mindful of that when you're getting ready to have a good time and have sex with your boo, whatever. If you are not ready for kids, please protect yourself.
Use condoms.
Use condoms.
The birth control pill.
Birth control.
Chickens be lying about taking pills, and dudes believe them
Use
because chicks want kids usually before the guy does. So she has to trap the guy she's really into, or the guy that has money, or whatever the case may be.
Well, dudes trap females too.
Right.
Both ways.
Right. We're talking on both behalves.
Ladies, protect yourself.
Yeah. If you don't want kids, just use condoms.
Yes.
I cannot believe we are in the age of not liking condoms, not utilizing condoms, frowning upon condoms. Like, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
It's a weird time right now.
Not to mention...
And corny niggas are winning.
STDs and HIV, AIDS, and all of
that.
that.
Right,
Like,
I don't get it.
It's not just having a baby. It's protecting yourself from
STDs,
diseases.
Yes.
So, it's not just, hey...
I'm afraid. I pray to God.
Please protect yourself.
I don't have sex with a random person I just met unprotectedly. Like,
Because people do that.
That's scary to me.
It's disgusting.
I don't have the balls to do that. I'm terrified of doing something like that. That's really, really living on the edge.
It is, yes.
Like I'm a risk taker, but I have limits and boundaries. There's levels to everything. There's levels to everything.
Yes, please protect yourself.
And another thing, our parents, if your parents were born in the 50s and 60s, I've heard a lot of those people from that age group, from that demographic, tell me back then we didn't use condoms. I've heard that from my parents, my uncles, my barber. Anybody that was born in the 60s have said that to me. And I'm like, okay, so y'all started the epidemic of STDs. Y'all planted the seeds that was suffering from them. Because if nobody used condoms back then and they're not using them in 2019, where the fuck are we headed? Sexually and health-wise. Because
It actually started way before then, but
it did. We didn't have a name for it back
do
then.
your history.
We didn't have a name for it back then.
It's just nasty.
It's more prevalent now, more widespread, more known, more publicized, more televised, all of that shit. But if you don't want kids, just use condoms.
Yes. That's it.
Especially if you're not parent material.
They are free at the clinic.
Yes,
at the
it's no excuse.
Health department.
It's
You
no
don't
excuse.
necessarily have to go buy them. But if you do buy them, they're not that expensive. So, I mean.
And no, they're not 100% safe, but at least you're protecting yourself.
Right.
So if it goes south, at least you can say, well, I did protect
Right,
myself.
exactly.
That means it was just meant to be
Better,
for you
safe.
to impregnate someone.
Yes, better safe than
Or
sorry.
get pregnant, whichever end you're on.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just sick of people telling me the same shit about not having kids, not getting married because they're miserable.
Exactly. Your fault.
And I don't get it. Why continuously have baby after baby after baby if you're simultaneously complaining about not having any money to do anything?
Right.
All you do is complain about lack of money, too many bills, too many kids. Stop having kids. Stop having kids. Stop spending your money on dumb things. Make better investments, things of that nature.
Yes.
Like if we share this type of game with each other, and for those who take heed, we may progress as a people. You know what I
Especially
mean?
the black community.
That's who I'm specifically speaking to. Me
Notorious
personally,
for it.
because I've been surrounded by all walks of life within the black community. I've been around all types of different personalities, parents, non-parents, soon-to-be parents, and I've heard it all. And that's why we decided to speak on this subject and, put this message out there for people to take heed to, hate on, spread, or whatever. Just use condoms, protect yourself anyway, just for the simple fact of being smart
Yeah.
and just protecting yourself. Condoms are one of my favorite inventions, to be honest with you. Water, the internet, condoms, musical instruments are like my top 5 favorite inventions. I really appreciate them. I really, really do. I trust condoms more than birth control pills. That's just me. And I'm not the type of personality to just be signing up in any chick raw just because she's pretty or because she asked me to take the condom off or don't use the condom or whatever. I don't do it. I just don't do it.
And ladies, if he asks hey, I mean, I don't really like condoms. Don't do it. Don't listen to him.
Yeah. And what she just said to tie in with that, I know someone that was infected with full-blown AIDS, and he was telling people that he's going to infect as many women as he can, and he did before he passed away. God bless his soul. It's real out here, and it's scary out here,
It is.
and you got to be smart and safe.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it. So people, use condoms, be smart, be safe. Have kids because you want them.
Yes.
And that's it. We out.